Okay, here we are, La Jolla, and it is Friday, February 23rd, high tide. So, surf's a little higher than it was predicted, but that's almost the case almost every time, not quite. Alright, get ready to lunch here. Alright, made our way out. Surf is higher than it was forecast, but then again it was showing it was transitioning between just under 3 to 2.5 to 2, and maybe it hasn't quite gotten there. They're a little off on their timing, but because there were some that were 3 feet, maybe slightly more than that. But I waited those out, jumped on when there was a smaller set coming, made it out fine. All right, certainly hoping that the sun burns off the clouds a little more. Kayaker over there that he was launching when I was setting up too. Let's go and see if we can find some bait, number one, and then hopefully we find some yellows today. Woo. We're still searching for bait. I cannot believe all the way around these kelp stringer pieces, the few lobster buoys. There's less lobster buoys or crab buoys than there used to be in this shallow. So I think the season is winding down, and some guys must have already probably picked up their traps. Again, just like the fishing, I'm sure it's been really slow. Can't figure out what's going on with the everything around. Anyway, last week and a half ago when I was here, man, there were marks all around here of you know, you could see it visually of the water where something's disturbing the water just under the surface, in a whole bunch of spots. And then again, Mikey ended up catching a couple of yellowtails on Sunday. So that was the Tuesday I was out here. Before that, and he was up north, and when he came back down here, he fished Saturday and Sunday. From what I heard, it was that he caught a couple on Sunday, and this video is he's gonna post it this next week. So. But again, last time I knew there was something going on. There's been signs that look like it should be good, although the bait's been hard to find, really hard to find. That's the part that's very strange. That you can't find bait. There should be all sorts of bait all in here. It's odd. I mean, it's freaking crazy. But yeah, we're like all this kelp pieces floating around. There's a boat, lobster, crab boat over there. But again, I've only seen one. Maybe there's two out here. But usually there's more. Look at all this snow up in Big Bear area. There ahead, Big Bear. Wow. Oh, all the years I used to ski. Love that. Dang. Yeah, we're still trolling around. Got one bait. No signs to stop anywhere and let it swim around or anything. Just haven't seen anything great marks on fish. Just individual, a lot of little marks at certain areas, but Nothing. Even when I did find bait, I had the same thing. Dropped on sabiki because there was I found one place where I was like down at 10 feet where I could actually see a bunch of fish swimming around it and nobody's wanting to bite it. Then sometimes I'd get a little tug, but it was never a hook set. So I don't know what they probably smell. They're a little bit picky like that, where they hit it, but they don't always get hooked because they got real small mouths. But yeah, it just didn't look great. Too much stuff. It's weird how the currents kind of like, you know, deposit in one area, and it was in an area for like about a mile. Huge. But here there's just like some spread areas, you know, and the seagulls find it as places to sit on, that kind of stuff, like just right there, right up ahead, you know. But nothing. I cruised around them looking, hoping that they're kind of like kelp patties and maybe they'll have something. Nothing. Haven't found anything near them. I trolled the lure by them, gone there and looked in the fish finder again. Can't see any marks where any of these things are holding any fish. I have no idea where the fish are. It's weird. Even the bait was so the marks that should have been bait were so scattered, so hard to get in. That guy in the kayak that was launching when I was too, he also said he's had problems catching bait the last few times. But yeah, I told him it's been bad, but it's been really, really bad for about a month. Month of basically February has been a rough month for making bait. Strange. Not too many better signs, but hey, I know there's some around here. I've seen them in the past, not today. Did not find those marks on the water where they're you know, stirring up the water right under the surface and everything. There was a whole bunch of that in that shallower water. Today I couldn't find any signs of anything like that. Very few of a bait either. Like I said, had to come way out, farther out, finally got a bait. And just like everything else, you make one and then what happens? You drop down again, you go like, why isn't it getting another one? It's just odd. It's just the way it's been. I can't explain it. I've never seen it like that steadily over the last 3 years. It's gotten slowly worse and worse, but it's getting ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So you could go, you know, 5, 10, 15 miles here on the coast and nothing happening. Close to nothing. I mean, I'm not targeting just any fish, but I'm looking for bigger fish or large pockets of bait. There's no birds flying, because any birds are flying back to shore from somewhere far away. No specific place. They weren't flying outwards toward anything, so I don't think that they found anything where there's a whole bunch that, oh yeah, let's go out there. Yeah, they're all searching. Seals, the same thing. Seen them around a few places, but no more than one or two. There's no pockets of them, you know. Even they're like not finding the, you know, the goods. Keep going over good mark. That's fine. Hasn't turned into anything. There's marks of some bigger fish. Flyover, baby. should be fish, but I haven't gotten any kind of nibbles or anything. Yeah, it looks like a solo skiff right over there. Might be Mikey right there. Mikey. Hey, Mikey.
This bowling made out there, that one with the bonito.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was your bait there? Yeah. And I tried. In fact, today I was using the mat scat because it can go a little faster, and I tried different speeds.
Yeah.
But I couldn't see any real decent marks or anything, and couldn't find bait. So then I thought, okay, I'm just gonna, since I can't find anything, I was all the way down by the South Reserve, so I said, okay, I'm gonna troll like Mikey did. So I figured I'd start trolling. So I trolled back here, trolled back that way again. I went out deeper. I was in 180 feet up to 300 feet farther over there, going around, going, damn. And then I come in, and there's this one area where you can see like a thermocline, where you see it where it gets real smooth, like. And so I'm looking at it, and so then I want to follow that, and all of a sudden it's just trash, pieces of wood, paper, you name it, everywhere, like 100 yards wide or more, and it's you know, went like a mile or something this way. I went, holy shit! I go, that must be the current that's bringing in all the crap that's blown around. So I tried trolling through all of that, nothing, until I got over there in the deeper water, and I was coming back in, probably where those boats are. Then I started seeing some marks, you know, 4, 5, 6. I go, okay, that looks like like sort of individual marks.
Yeah.
In much deeper water where there wasn't kelp or anything. Yeah. Yeah. And today, like I said earlier, there were no birds anywhere doing anything. So it's looking better, but and all through here I've seen all sorts of marks. I'm going like, damn.
I know, that's why, and there's been some bait balls around here, so
yeah,
it's looking, yeah, better.
And in the bait balls, all of a sudden you'll see a group where there's like 4, 5, 6 marks that look like they're almost individual, but they're not little arches.
Yeah.
But they look more like just instead of a bait ball. But I haven't gotten any nibbles or nothing. And then when I was down in the deeper
Did you get
stuff,
all Spanish mackerel?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I said nothing better to sit around and let it, you know, drop it on there, swim around, fly line, anything. Until now, like I said, just within the last hour or so, it's the first time I started seeing marks. Now you'll start to see some marks that once in a while you start to see marks that go, oh, that should be fish.
Have you seen marks around those bait balls?
Yeah, well, like I said, only within the last hour that anything else is showing up other than the bait balls. So you got 2 yellows, huh?
Ah, they just flew up right around me.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it, but when I was biting the first one, they started busting on the surface around me as I was biting it, so I got it in as quick as I could, and that was the bigger after I hung it.
Oh, man.
It was 29.5 gilled and gutted, you know, so it was over 30
Right,
pounds.
over 30, yeah.
And I had it in my lap, I had like the gap shot under the chin, it was really stuck in the head.
Oh, wow.
It was in my lap like this, and I'm like, GoPro here, and I'm like, yeah, you know, I was all stoked, and then just
the other one?
Number 2 seconds after I put it out, just number 2 got flushed.
With a live mag swimming?
What's that?
With a live mag?
No, on my trolling board.
Oh, you were trolling at the time. Well, okay, you were trolling while doing it. Okay.
Yeah.
I know. Some days it just happens that way.
Yeah, I hadn't seen it like that in years.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, because New Seaboard didn't get any yellowtail that day, all the other boats didn't get it. I was just in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, there were a couple of other boats up here too. They were both trolling back and forth like I was, and that one guy left, and I think one other boat left. Yeah, there's a lot more bait marks now than there was this morning. I just don't know why it's been so dead right off the point, anywhere in, whether it's 100 feet, 140, or even at 50 feet of water. That's just not the way it used to be. And the water was kind of nasty this morning. Earlier, it was choppy, kind of windy a little bit. Even though the wind was low, the water was all turbulent. But now it's looking pretty nice. Yeah, everything's great except the catching. You see all the snow? I used to ski, and I'm looking at that, I'm going, oh man. I used to ski all the time, and so now I see, when I look at that, I go, oh fuck man, I want to, you know, problem is the hip's good now. Muscles are nowhere near in shape to, you know, if you start going skiing or something, you'd be dead in 5 minutes because the muscles aren't used to doing it. For years, I had a timeshare up at Squaw Valley. You know, I had a timeshare up at Squaw Valley. So every year I went there for a week and sometimes an extra week during the season, and then up Big Bear and stuff. And every week I go there and I go, okay, you're gonna be here 7 days. Take it easy the first day. Don't just go do all the double diamonds. I'd go right out there and do the double, you know, go do the double diamonds, and your legs would be almost burned up the first day. That's how the knee got all screwed up, and the hip. Yeah, between that and playing soccer. Indoor and outdoor. Two times a week indoor. On Sunday, I play outdoor. And I was doing that after I already had torn my ACL and the knee had been scoped. No ACL and the meniscus was torn, and they just removed some of it. So, years down the road, I pay the price for it. All right, gonna head on in. Friday, want to try to beat some of the traffic on the way home. It's gonna be bad enough anyway heading east. So, all right, maybe better luck next time. Got a couple of big mackerel greenbacks. Just caught him a couple of them, gave them to Mikey so he can use them for lobster bait, because they were huge. They were actually probably a little too big to try to fish yellowtail with them, but there was no point of this. Too late for me anyway, so just gave them to him. All right, it's fun getting in the water. Here comes probably another storm.